heck? Is it actually live now? Oh my gosh, it's actually live. Well, that was a pain. Hi, dog. We're finally online. I don't know why YouTube had to change its back-end stuff for streaming, and I had to reapply the API key and stuff. Cool. What is... just got a geo plus one bar also for, you know, song buffs. Cool. I think we're finally online. Now let me pull up the chat. So yeah, YouTube changed whatever in the back end, and like I had to completely go find like my key and then reapply it. So, I believe we are finally good. Although I lost the stream. There we go. What? Seeing a commercial on my thing for, I don't know if this is the expansion or just Kingdom Hearts 3, and they're like 10 out of 10. Then definitely not. I was very much disappointed in that game. Look, I did. Yes, I did leave Asura. I am now on Bahamut. Yes. I left last Wednesday, so a week from yesterday is when I actually did server jump. I made a video about it. Like, I made a video announcing it. It's not like it was anything, you know, big surprise. Don't be growling at me. I don't know when you guys left those comments, though, because I don't have them in my comments chat, but since I was having problems with the stream, we're up and running now, though. Now, if we can just get a bard, we will be set. Can't wait till I have bard, you know, geared and, I shouldn't say leveled, because I already have it leveled, but needs gear and CP. Well, I mean, I've been super busy over the last week, so I haven't really done much, but so far, the little bit that I have gotten to log on and play and do stuff, I am very much enjoying Bahamut. First off, I've been in a couple parties. I was in an Ambuscade party. I'm trying to think what was the other thing that I joined a group for. But, like, people are a lot more courteous on this server. Unlike, like, Asura, where it seems like where people... It was, like, expected. It's like, oh, like, you're gonna come do this for me, and you're just gonna come do this for me, because that's what I'm shouting for. And if you don't like it, well, fuck you. It's kind of the attitude that was on Asura, and that's not like that at all. Like, I've gotten so many tells from people, like, welcome to Bahamut, and then be like, oh, are you cloudchief? And they're like, oh, you know, so... Not that I didn't get tells like that on Asura, but I mean, it's been substantially more here. I've definitely gotten a warm welcome for, again, like I said, the little bit I've been on. And, again, just people seem more polite. It's definitely been a good experience so far. There is definitely less going on, though, but, I mean, you knew that when it was coming. I mean, I can't really tell you I haven't done enough content to really say what the is for NA players, but, I mean, let's look. Yeah, I mean, there's always, like, it's somewhere between, like, 500 and 700 people is what I've seen whenever I've done, like, CL. Again, how many of them are, North American players as opposed to, I don't know, anywhere else, or JP? I don't know. There's definitely a fair amount of, Japanese players on this server. I've definitely seen, yells in, you know, writing that I can't decipher. So wouldn't mind learning Japanese, but my understanding is that's one of the toughest languages to learn outside of English, since most people go through most of their life, you know, natively speaking English and still don't know, like, the whole language. I would probably be one of them. Yeah, it's not, like I said, it's not bad at all. That's why I didn't want to, like, jump to a dead server. This is at least going on. It's slow building a party, but... Yeah, like I said, I would probably be filled if I had Bard. Bard's always the hard job to fill. Even on Asura it was hard. Now if we can just get the last member so we can get this party started, then we can actually have the stream interesting. Oh. Spacing out. Was thinking I was like at the Moogle for some reason. Like, oh, let me run over to the book. I'm already over there. What am I at in points? I know I needed to do like... If I remember, I was like, if I do D, I need to do like 3 or 4 more runs with seals or something like that. Typically like to be around 50,000 points for the month. No, I'm further along than I thought, so... Yeah, 'cause I already got the heavy metal plates. I still need to get all the Alex, and then still want to get the Rift Cinder and Rift Trust. So probably gonna need at least 2 to 3 runs. And I don't mind going over, there's always stuff you can buy. I'm on Thief. Basically I did it more based on just shouts. Like I shouted for basically every job position for the strategy I was going with. Strategy I'm trying to do is, 1, my Thief can self-skill chain Light and Dark. 1, if I don't have, as long as I'm at haste cap, and I don't obviously have virus draining my TP. So as long as those 2 things, you know, are set, which I'm trying to build the party around so it should be that way, then I can self-light and dark. I'm trying to go with the strategy where you do critical hits on the trash mobs to break the auras, and then for the mega boss, obviously, like I said, I need to self-light and dark. or just do a light and dark based skill chain. Once the boss starts doing his elemental wheel. So that's the strategy that I'm going with. I shouted, like I said, for basically I wanted a paladin, or not a paladin, just a tank. I'm fine with it as a rune fencer or paladin. I'm not really that partial on which tank. But so I wanted a tank, healer, Geo for Geo stuff, Bard for buffs and sleeps, a Corsair to help with damage and then also rolls, and then either a Thief, Nin, or Dancer who can self-skill chain. Since I got a tank, really the only role I could fall into at this point that I think is good enough to handle D at a decent rate would be my Thief. So since someone sent me a tell with the second person who joined the party that they have, they could tank, it's like, all right, well that means I'm filling the DD role on Thief for self-skill chaining. That's kind of how that worked. Yeah, 50k, yeah, but I'm also always trying to do difficult or very difficult with a party. So, I mean, by getting at least 50,000 points, I'm getting all the Alexandrite that I can turn around and sell for money back in my pocket. I get all the heavy metal plates that I can turn around and use, which at this point is going to go into Harp. I can also get Rift Cinder and Rift Dross, and that's typically my focus. If I get additional stuff, that's obviously all bonus. And then obviously with 50,000 points, you can clear out all of total. And you should have enough if you're doing it and getting about that much to clear out at least the stuff that you really want to pull out of Gallantry. And then if I need extra because I'm making a weapon or something, obviously then go from there. But yeah, that's typically what my goal is. But like I said, if you're doing difficult or very difficult and you're popping seals, that's not that hard to do. But you need to be doing the higher difficulty so you're getting those high point values. Well, of Unforgiven Ryu, actually I'm going to have, I don't know what level you're at or where you're at, but I'm actually in the process of working on videos to basically do that. Basically for like a new player, like I said, I don't know where you're at, and show them how to get all the way up to 99. I have live streams that show me doing that with Caulifla. I should shout again, it's been a while. I do have live streams because I have basically like showcased and documented that. Like let me see if I can find. I think I have a playlist. But the problem with that is obviously it's a live stream and you're watching, I don't know, 8 hours of footage from me going from level 1 to 99 and doing all the quests and all the stuff that you have to do in between. So let's see. Playlists. Yeah, so 46 videos in this playlist. And I know they're like, almost a 4-hour live stream, a 6.5-hour live stream. So it's a lot to sort through, and I am in the process of making videos, so it'll have a guide on what to do. But here's this is to my playlist, and this is basically showing me getting Caulifla for the most part, like I said, starting from a level 1 character all the way up to basically where she's at now. I mean, obviously you're going to have to sort through stuff beyond just this, because this is mostly just, getting to 99, and then some stuff after that getting to 119, but yeah. But I am in the process of trying to make, like I said, a video series that's literally targeted more for new players. Like someone who's never played the game before, doesn't know anything about it, and will be able to come in and, yeah, just start, can just follow the guides and get to 99 and then 119. easy enough and then go from there. And then I have enough guides for content after that. So, like I said, that's in the process, and that's going to be coming in the next couple weeks. But you can at least go through that. That's, yeah. It's a lot, though. So, I mean, it'll be easier, though, for you, because if you know where you're at to try and see, find out what level. I mean, if you're 99, yeah, then it's just a matter of either getting Alluvian Skirmish gear, Baled gear, or Sparks gear, and just mixing and matching that and getting 119, and then trying to start do Ambuscade. Get someone to sing for us. Come on. Well, I do. I'm not the only one that yells. Like, let me see. I do have just yell filters on anyway, just because I like doing that when I'm live streaming. But no, I've definitely seen where it's like you only have one or two people yelling occasionally. There are yells that happen on this server. Auction house. Let's see. Yeah, like someone actually apparently shouted recently for, you know, job points. Because, yes, people still sell, you know, job point parties even on this server. As sad as that makes me, I don't know why people would pay for... Well, I know why. It's because they just don't feel like taking the time to do it themselves. But kind of sad. Oh, man. Come on, where is a bard? Thinks back to the day, was it merit parties always just like wanted bards, like. Actually, what is it? Knew some people that actually did play bard. I know some of them. They said like they've literally gotten like tells before, like they're literally logging in. It hasn't even come up and said welcome to whatever world, and they'll get a tell be like, you're trying to party on your bard. Always the sought after job, and the job that no one really wants to play. But speaking of skirmish, I'm really looking forward to the campaign coming for December. Tillion tank set has been given me hell trying to put it together. Yeah, I actually haven't even looked at the campaigns. Let's see. I've not looked at what the campaign list is for December. Alright, so it's easier to get segments for it. Delve Campaign Plus, Adeline Dial, Skirmish Stones, nice. And Skirmish Frenzy, Chocobo Digging, Combat Skills, Macrocosmic Orbs. Should probably do that. Maybe I'll do that for the next stream, because then that should be live. Although, actually, I will be streaming next week. I won't be streaming the following week because I'm not going to be in town. I'm going to be out of town. Double Omen Light campaign and Ambuscade Gallantry campaign. That's alright. Yeah, if you need Alluvian Skirmish, or you're doing Macrocosmic Orbs or Omen, and then always the Gallantry campaign is nice. Just need someone to sing for us and then sing to put the mobs to sleep. Come on. Yeah, Delve's pretty good. The annoying part of Delve is you gotta get 3, you gotta have 3 people to enter. I wish they'd removed that at this point, because with trusts and stuff, you can easily solo it. Like, I've gotten people to literally enter and then they just, like, leave and warp, and then I still just solo it. So the fact that you can solo it, but yet you still need 3 people to enter, just seems a little ridiculous. I wish they would take that off. We're just waiting anyway. Let me do a little bit of side work. I guess I won't be doing too many, like, in-depth party stuff unless I get a... Like, I think if I'm gonna do party stuff for stream in the future on the server, I'm gonna have to keep it to, like, what's it called? Like CP parties, unless I, like, build it way ahead of time or something. Because this doesn't make for a good stream, just sitting around town talking. I'd be willing to give Bard a shot if I at least had Galahorn. I don't even have Galahorn yet, so... Otherwise, I would slap some gear together and give it a whirl, but... With only having, Obero and, what is it? The Empyrean Harp at 90... And not really having any other gear for Bard, not even like AF or anything. I'm not really comfortable in doing that, especially on D. Cloister of Storms. I guess they're knocking out the monthly stuff. Not a bad idea. So that way we're not just sitting here twiddling our thumbs. No, it's not really a slow job to level to 99. I mean, it's gonna be slightly slower, but not really, because nowadays you're mostly, it's gonna be your trust setup that are really pushing it through. Okay. Ah, sweet. 6 for 6. Now let's make sure everyone's on the same page and knows what we're doing. But yeah, it's not too slow. I mean, you're gonna be doing less damage on Bard. You can DD on Bard though. I mean, if you actually, like, have your Bard somehow set up and geared well, I think the fact that you can buff your party and get it right set up, you could have a, like, ridiculous, you know, ridiculously fast time leveling, potentially. That wouldn't be easy to do, to be fair. But, yeah, I mean, like, if you compare, like, what's going to level faster, War or Bard, I mean, unless you're doing some really crazy stuff and you somehow have, like, you know, all your skills somehow skilled, or you're keeping it capped somehow going up, it's, yeah, War would typically go faster. Like I said, I can think of some exceptions, but, norm would be it would go slightly slower than a DD, but it still shouldn't be that slow. What's the best sub for Bard when leveling? I mean, it depends. I could see War being good. I mean, War is typically the best sub for anything if you're actually trying to do melee damage, because then you at least have Berserk. You're going to get some double attack. Aggressor would be good, but you're not even going to get Aggressor until way high levels. But, like, Berserk is going to be one of your biggest things. That's going to up your attack. So, like, either War, the other thing I could see Dancer being potentially good, cause especially since you could dual wield. Ninja could be good also for that aspect of, you know, dual wielding, plus depending on what you're fighting, if it's got nasty AoEs, just keeping shadows up would, you know, make it better. So, okay. Bard Sam. Oh. Rogue for trash, and then what is it? For ads, yes, I am on Bahamut now. should be fun. Can't sleep, thief. Just thought, do I have... Correct. Do I have... Good, I do have more than one t-shirt. Typically you do White Mage for the Mega Boss. We haven't pulled it away before. Typically it's like, okay, yeah, gets hit by Benediction and wakes up, but the White Mage typically goes down and then you're on the Mega Boss anyway, since you're doing the White Mage last besides the Mega Boss. I don't know what happened to our bard. One, it's like nothing got slept, yeah. I was about to say something and then I want to say the pull. You didn't get songs and no sleeps. Oh, you're welcome. I'm glad that they've helped. Did he like AFK or something? Oh, like he took the invite and then just nothing after that. Well, it's not even until it's dead. They won't even last until it's dead because, yes and no. Yes, you should have not pulled then, but at the same time, it's like if we're literally missing our, bard. Yeah, because what'll happen is the Dragoon 2 hours and then basically absorbs the Wyverns. Okay, round 2. Yes, tanking this fight a lot. You know, you get a good idea of what's happening. But no, the Wyverns are gone once the Dragoon gets down to probably about 75% HP. He'll do, I don't know, whatever Dragoon's 2 hour is and ends up absorbing the Wyverns and gets like HP back and stuff. So they're only out until you really start like digging into the Dragoon. Yeah, I mean, it's fine. I know what you meant. What's the thing? Clarifying for anyone who might not know. There we go. We're getting some phone. Yeah, the engine is old. I mean, granted, the game's what? Almost 20 years old. It's like, what, 17, 18 years old at this point? Ooh. Maybe your laptop needs to get updated. 190 updates? Swinging like crazy without songs, so this should be even more interesting. Alright. What that? Run. Well, they made some big announcement about, well, what is it? You know, on its 20th anniversary, they're doing stuff. I have high hopes that they're somehow going to migrate it to, you know, some other engine. I think they easily could because I don't know what language this is written in, but it's a very basic language. I think it would be very easy to translate and move stuff, but we'll see if that actually happens. Well, the biggest thing, I mean, yeah, I will say, I do agree that the interface and some things about the game are definitely archaic and old, but what the heck are... Communication's just nothing. lucky that worked well. Where's Invincible? Okay, there's Invincible. In my experience, typically the aura breaks mid-invincibility. Because that's about where you're getting the crit rates. Yep, and there it is. Don't kill just yet. Wait for... Should be absorbing. Yeah, there it is. Is the aura off? It's hard to tell. Probably just swing so fast it won't even have me turn. Like I'm at an angle swinging. Not even like really facing it and swinging. Even though I really am, it's just the animations aren't letting it turn. This one's a joke. I feel like we should actually weapon skill this one just because it's gonna freaking benediction. You're gonna get full life before you kill it anyway, so. I think it's still best just to keep it straight and clean. Wait, is Azora off? I feel like Azora's off. Can't really... Yeah, it's off. Just trying to get steps up in case, like, stuff hits the fan when, should have been doing that beforehand. Dang it, really? Dang slow. That should be darkness. We got it at this point. Kill him. Don't even worry about the horde, just straight up kill him. Yeah, definitely a good job by everyone. Yeah. dude, you're doing way more running around than really needs to be happening. Like, they're at the home point. They're definitely in range. Actually, that leaves the question. With that, I definitely have enough to get all the Alexandrite, but actually I don't have the space to try and set up the Bazaar tonight. Pretty decent clear time, too, on that. And the fact was it, because I popped the food inside, that means what? It's just now been 13 minutes since I popped the food, since it just ticked from 17 to 16, so... Yeah, that would be, So we cleared in like 10, 11 minutes, and that's including buffing. Although, what is that? I didn't pop the food until we were already in for a minute or two, but still. Yes, I server transferred last Wednesday, so a week from yesterday I actually did server transfer, and I am on Bahamut, so I did do it. Should be watching him. He's playing, what is it, Blue Paladin. No, he's playing Paladin Blue, which is not something, I mean, it's something I could do, but it's not something I've done much. I mean, I know you, like, spam spells for hate, but I've never been a fan of it. I'd so much more prefer Warrior for sub for Paladin. Start now. Start getting steps so it's done and out of the way. So if I absolutely have to reverse flourish. Have I not made a macro? I know I have it. It's probably on my main or one of my other tools. I know I have a haste samba. know if that actually makes a difference. No, I think he picks a random target and is locked to 8. No, it's gonna be, so the Porksy, whenever they do announcements for a certain type of mob being an Ambuscade, they always refer to version 2. Version 1, they've gone through and done all the Ambuscades they're gonna do for version 1. So at this point, all version 1 Ambuscades are going to be repeats. So the Porksy is going to be version 2, and I think it's a brand new one. I don't know anything about it. I don't even really do version 2 at all if I can, really help it. Just because you're going to get all the points doing the higher difficulties on version 1. Yeah, 13 seconds stun. Hope he doesn't do a hate reset move right now. Give the support a second to catch their breath after that one. Oh, well, they're up now. I am actually liking it on the server. While it is, of course, slower, I had to know that coming into it. I haven't been enjoying it. You're not having as much difficulty, like, getting into content and stuff because there's less people around. There's not as many, like, bots running around. Don't get me wrong, there's still some bots. I've definitely seen them. But the people are, like, much more polite on the server. Like, I'm definitely enjoying it. It has definitely been a more enjoyable experience being on Bahamut than it has been on Asura as of late. I want to emphasize that as of late because Asura didn't used to be anywhere near as bad as it is now. Like 6 months ago, 6 months to a year ago, I'm not saying Asura was perfect. I mean, I don't think you're going to find any server that's perfect, but it was so much better than its current state. Because there was actually content shouts and stuff, which there's like none really now. I mean, there's some. It's all, buy or sell crap. close to the 50% mark. Alright, his aura should be coming up like... Oh, shit. That's a potential problem. If I don't skill chain it... Really? No raises going off? Well, this is going to be a wipe. I don't even know if I can do anything. Yeah, Aura's been up for like a while now. Like, yeah, it's... Slow on the raises. Yeah, I agree. I didn't see a point in, even if he, like... No, I'm not going through Steam. I've see coming in late for chat because I was in the middle of Ambuscade. I know you can get it to work on Windows 10, but I know it's a royal pain in the ass to get it to work on 10. I know like 7's typically the best. I actually have an old machine that still has like Windows XP on it, and I know it has 11 on it. How long ago they stopped producing 8? I mean, 8's only one generation behind 10, but 8's still valid because actually Windows 7 goes end of life January 14th. Once it gets its aura. Yeah, fighting for clan with Leaping Lizzie. I've been there, done that. Well, I'm not saying you can't get it to work on 10. I've heard it's just been a pain in the ass to work on, get 11 to work on 10. I haven't actually really tried, personally. But that's what I've heard. That's what I should do, is do a video about actually just getting 11 installed, how to go about, you know, getting it installed and all that. That would be a video. Yeah, 7 goes end of life. January. And it's not that you can't still, when I'm saying goes end of life, you can still technically use it. Like, my machine here is Windows 7. I'm not going to be replacing it when it goes end of life. It just means you're not going to get any more updates from Microsoft. That's all it means by going end of life. So you could potentially have holes or just issues with it. No problem. No, trust me, I understand. Alright, I mean, the thing about it is I kind of have the schedule set, like what I'm going to be doing, so that's going to probably have to wait until the new year before I get around it, but I can do that. Like, actually, you know, set up my Camtasia software and actually, like, show installing 11 and how I go about doing it and setting it up. Come on, stop with your slows. I didn't see his aura off. Well, it doesn't matter because invincible. Stop getting me freaking slow. That's the thing. That's all I'm doing is like 11 on it. I mean, I do have Steam on it, but I'm not playing 11 over Steam. The only thing I really have on this PC, I think, is Don't Starve PC Edition, which I don't even really play. If I'm typically playing, I didn't see. Or where else? So busy looking at chat. I'm guessing it is. But yeah, I don't really have anything. That's like my XP machine that I was talking about. I have an XP machine, but the only thing on there is, I think it's 7. I think 7 and just emulators. I think I put emulators on there also. Good old hate reset. Let's say, no. Now you can kill. What exactly is Steam? I mean, Steam is just kind of like an application that allows you to basically tap into... I'm trying to think how best to explain it. I mean, it's basically a place just to go and actually get games for the most part. So you can download games and then you like access all your games through that app. It's basically all Steam is. It's kind of like what Play Online should have been. What like SC wanted to do with Play Online, but didn't actually happen. because nothing ended up coming out of it except for, what is it, 11 and triple triad. What is going on? Like, you're saying... This is going to be a problem if... The game thinks I am not... prepared. Hold my TP because Aura's going to be coming. Oh, really? I hadn't heard of that. That would be cool, because I don't actually do a lot of stuff on Steam, so... Here we go, so that was a 9-minute run. Let's see exactly, but... Actually, it was like a 10-minute run. I saw it come up as we were getting kicked out. Heave Ho? I don't even think I've heard of that game. Heave Ho. Yeah, you could use either WinZip or WinRAR. Personally, I like WinRAR just because it does so much more than what WinZip does. But either of those programs should work to unpack the files. No, Nick, it's not an option. You need, like, so the files are compressed or zipped, so to speak. You can kind of think of it like almost like it's a package. So you like have a package and all the stuff's in there. Until you open the package and unpack everything, you can't really utilize what's inside. Same thing. So you do need some kind of a program to unpack the files for you to be able to install them and do everything with them. So. Is it then just 5 or 6 for wild card? Here, Nick. So... I mean, if you want to use another piece of software, obviously feel free and do what you... what's Wildcard do? Wildcard does a lot of different things. So Nick, there's the link if you wanted to go download WinRAR. But what Wildcard does is, depends what you roll. So you're gonna roll 1 through 6. You'll see like the cards spinning around and then a number will pop up. I'm guessing since they said 4 came up, I'm guessing so if you get a roll a 5 or a 6, that will reset everyone else's all their job abilities, including 2 hours. So like if someone used, like if the paladin used invincible and invincible was down, and then I use wild card and I get a 5 or a 6, he's gonna get invincible back along with everything else. If you, I think you, what is it? You get some JAs back if it's like 3 or 4. I think you might get 1 JA back if it's 1 or 2. You can also get TP. Yes, Nick, that's what you would use, either WinRAR or Win7, what people are saying. And basically you just unpack the file. Basically you just use it, you tell it to uncompress the files, you just tell it where you're gonna uncompress them to. At that point, you would then go to where those files have now been unpacked it to and run the setup. So... Yeah, but typically, going back to wildcard, typically people use wildcard as a chance to try and reset 2 hours. A lot of time, if you're relying on like an Ambuscade VD group that's using like multiple, I keep saying 2 hours, technically 1 hours now, but they're always going to be 2 hours to me. Basically, you use your 2 hours to win, typically win really quickly, and then you would try and have your Corsair, if you have a core, or someone else who's not using their 2 hour, to go change the core and then reset, and then hope it resets everyone's 2 hour, so you can just go again without having to go do like Mazemonger or go to Abyssia to try and reset your 2 hour. Obviously, you're going to go there eventually, but the whole hope is to try and do it sooner, or get back to the content sooner rather than later, and jumping through less hoops to get back to your strat where you're using, burning your 2 hours. Yeah, that is the thing. Like, getting on 11 and getting 11 set up, that is a process. Just getting to the point where you can actually play this game. Like, I want to say, what is it? When, like, before I ever played the game, when my friend got it, which is how I started playing it, is my friend started playing 11 first, and then I ended up playing on his account. It had to be 3 weeks. Like, and he got it for PS2 and was on dial-up. It had to be 3 weeks. Like, he had the game, had it all set up, before he was even able to log in, just with downloading updates and just having, like, connection problems. It was just one thing after another. It was like 3 weeks to start playing a game after you already technically have the game. Well, thanks, Rob. I heard reading somewhere that I saw someone actually got 11 to work on Linux, which I thought was pretty cool. Just to hear it. I don't know anything about it. I mean, I've used Linux. I have a Linux box, but I don't really use it much. It's what is it, Ubuntu? Is what I have. Hey. Where's the Lancer? The thing about it is, I think give it 5 years, I could see Linux actually giving Microsoft a run for its money. I'm considering Linux is getting much and much more user-friendly the more they keep advancing their code. Like, I can see it getting to the point where businesses start using Linux as opposed to Microsoft, instead of using Windows. Oh, nice. That's cool. Maybe I should give that a try. Make a video about that. And I'll use one more seal, and then I think I'm done using seals. If we're gonna keep going, although I think people are leaving. Might actually call it quits after this. Just cause it's almost 10 o'clock. Work's gonna be busy tomorrow. I have a lot of running around to do to all these different medical clinics to install fingerprint readers and Bluetooth readers. Ah. Who is it? No one I recognize. So long getting there. It's already off. You literally reapply that as soon as we remove stuff. I thought Fealty did stop play. Alright, he's almost 50%. Do one more weapon skill and that's it. Hold my TP. Ah! That might be a wipe. Because, like, stop damage. Let's recover, and then we should be good. Hi, Puppy Pet. So, if you would have asked me a decade ago, I would have said yes. Now, not really. I'm not really versed in modern White Mage for 11. You can ask. I can see I might know the answer to your question, but yeah, I haven't played like White Mage actively, and it's probably been a decade. So, take that as you will. I used to play it. White Mage was like my main job, but that was like my first job. Better have Sam roll before I start. Hot food. No problem, Nick. Anytime. Yeah, I didn't think it would. Trying to start, we're just trying to get steps. But... I got it. Not get darkness? Dude. Dude. Ah, you son of a... Kite it! Run! Why? There you go. Really? Why did you home point? Why do people... No, I don't think we can do it without a white mage. I mean, we have a Geo. We have, yeah, a Paladin. Yes, but there was a Bard up who could have raised, so... People are just so quick to home point in Ambuscade, and I don't understand why. It's always funny when someone home points, and then you win anyway, and they don't get the points. You want to say hi to the people? You want to come up and say hi to the people? Oh, well, no, I guess it's done anyway. Yeah. Oh. Trying to sneak in those kisses. Well, at this point, yeah, it's... Thanks, Nick. Hope you have a good night, too. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I would have liked to given it one more try, but it's... I think I got enough points anyway. We'll see. I might do more anyway, because it's always... I wouldn't mind getting some HP bailed for, well, it's cloudchief now. Yeah, speaking of which, just for anyone who's on the stream, I wanted to make an announcement video about this. because I did say in my video before I server transferred that I thought I was going to keep Hiei, my main's name, and I thought I was going to lose Caulifla. Well, the exact opposite has happened, which is kind of weird, because I actually did a search on Auction House, and there was a Caulifla on the server at least somewhat recently before I server transferred. So I do find it odd that they're not here anymore, and just, okay, I got the name. And then also I looked and I didn't see my main character's name on this server anywhere on Auction House. So again, I was under the assumption I was actually going to keep my main character's name and lose Caulifla's name. But instead, I lost my main character's name and kept Caulifla. And actually, I went through a bunch of different names. I was going to rename it. Couldn't find anything that I was happy with. And then my friend actually was like, why didn't you name him cloudchief? And I sat back and I thought for a while. I was like, and I ended up doing it. So my main characters now is cloudchief, and Caulifla is still Caulifla. So I went to Bahamut. I actually made a whole video about it and posted up on my channel. But yep, I'm on Bahamut. Was it Bahamut? How it's pronounced, but yep, it's past 10 o'clock, so I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up for the night. We'll just let you go. I mean, again, I said this earlier in the stream, but now I'm sure there's a bunch of people. I will be streaming next week. I won't be streaming the following week because I'm gonna be out of town. I'm not even gonna be, because I live in Maryland, for anyone who doesn't know. I'm not even gonna be in Maryland. I'm gonna be hundreds of miles away, so stream next week. There won't be a stream in 2 weeks, and then starting on the new year, I'm going to try and start ramping things up. I wanted to play Dark Souls. I want to get back to that. I'd like to start streaming more content on 11, so hopefully that'll start coming after the new year. But thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you for supporting the channel, and as always, guys, may you have success in all you do.